Hello students, my name is Michael Sanchez, here to talk to all you yellow and green belters out there. The topic of today's discussion is going to be shifting. So I find students do shifting very much incorrectly a lot of times. So I want to make sure you're doing that correctly today and give you some tips on that. So the first thing I want to talk about is that shifting really relies heavily on how you're holding the violin. So if you're relying too much on holding the violin up with your left arm, it's going to be hard to move. As you can see, as much as I want to move back and forth, it's pretty difficult when I'm holding it here. But when I'm holding it here, now my hand is free to move back and forth. So one thing to help you hold the instrument, I really highly recommend a shoulder rest. So we're going to put one of these on. And now we're going to talk a little bit about shifting. So what's really important when shifting is to think a lot about the thumb. So the thumb should always be in this position in first position. And then when you shift, it should go where your third finger normally would go in first position. So this is basically the motion back and forth when shifting. And notice my knuckles are up high. We don't want them too low like this. That's a bad habit, and it's going to be hard to find notes. So make sure your knuckles are up and you're shifting consistently back and forth. And it's a fluid motion. I find a lot of times students have trouble when they come back into first position. Like they do this a lot of times. Their thumb goes too low. And then what it does is it makes your other notes kind of out of tune. So this is kind of the motion. So I'm going to have a nice secure hold on the violin. We talked about the thumb. So let's start off by playing first finger on the A string. Now we're going to shift in the third position with the same finger. So basically we're going from 1 to 1 back and forth. So I would try to do that maybe 5 to 10 times until you do it perfectly before every practice session. And you could practice that with not just the one, but you could practice it with like the second finger. So you could go second finger in first position. Now make sure that the thumb is still here. So here's a C sharp on the A string. Now shift in the third position. And the thumb, staying consistent. So very good. So you could do that with fingers 1, 2, and 3. That's really going to help you quite a bit to get the best sound and to eventually sound most in tune in third position. So if you're right around this level, I would say you're into Violins Tutor Pro Series 3, or eventually I'm putting together a Series 4. So definitely look into those, and they'll give you a lot of good tips on shifting. And if you're interested in learning more about the violin, also you can visit my Facebook pages or my YouTube pages, which have a lot of good content. So hope you guys enjoyed this lesson, and we'll see you soon.